Fighting chicks, your body can't get.
All right, we're live for the Next Round Cocktail Hour presented by Next Round Cocktails, drinknextround.com, and Blakelee's Bouquets. I'm Ryan Brown. This is the beautiful Brittany Wagner and the beautiful Kelly Hunter in their Halloween costumes.
Happy Halloween.
Yes.
Happy Halloween.
So you are a number 2 pencil.
It's a sexy
Absolutely.
pencil.
A sexy pencil. What's if people have seen the next Netflix show, they know the story behind that. But for those that don't, why don't you tell us? Did you retweet, by the way? Did you retweet?
I kind of know. I'm kind of known as the pencil lady.
The pencil lady?
We don't usually have to work while we're doing
I know,
this.
but see, this is a live version, so we're going to need you to retweet.
I'm
and that way-
retweeting.
Yeah, we're going to need you to retweet.
Okay.
I'll help
Should
you.
have
I go on
quoted
Twitter?
it, right? Or
You can
no?
quote tweet if you want to. You just retweet it and quote tweet it. Yeah. Go on
Go
Twitter.
on,
All right.
We'll let
we
we'll let
are
it populate a little bit.
live.
confirm
Yeah.
identity.
Join us now.
There you go. Look at you two. Look at you two
I'm
tweeting.
so good at this.
I know you
Not
are.
really. All right.
I had to get a
done.
new phone today, so we're like me and technology are not.
They're not getting along right now?
Not
Is that what you're telling me?
happening.
No,
well.
but one of my children just said she's watching.
Oh, well,
Oh,
see,
hey,
there you
child.
go.
Hi,
Hello,
Caters.
Kelly's
Hi.
child.
Love you, Caters.
Hi,
Thank you.
child. Okay, I'm trying. It's not popping up on my Facebook. Is that?
Do you follow the Next Round on Facebook?
Yeah.
Brittany, that
I
would be,
thought I did.
Well, that would be your problem right there. If
Whoopsie.
you don't follow the Next
Did
Round,
y'all
you just told on
not
yourself.
tag me?
Well, it doesn't tag. See, it just comes up as a live stream. These things are not perfect.
Oh.
Um,
Well, this
So-
is good content.
Oh, here we
I hope
go.
the folks
well,
at
we're
home
letting
really
it
enjoy.
populate. People know how this works.
I'm
They gotta
sharing
populate.
now.
Gotta
Sorry,
populate.
yes.
Okay. All right.
Okay.
Join us live. Got it. Okay.
All right.
Anyway, I'm a pencil because I handed out pencils, and
Right.
now I became the pencil lady with "Do you have a pencil?" hashtag thingamajigger.
Do you
Uh-huh.
have a pencil?
So I was actually looking for a Britney Spears costume on Amazon because we discussed that last time, and then when I saw what I would have to wear
Yeah, you said no, thank you.
or not wear,
Mm-hmm.
I was like, I don't think so.
Yeah.
And then I found the pencil, and it was done.
All right. I'm Maverick, by the way, from
Which-
Top Gun.
Yeah, you are.
Like, you look like him.
I mean, Brittany, are you trying to butter me up for something? That's twice you've told me I essentially look like a
You
Tom Cruise.
You
type.
do. You definitely look like a fighter pilot.
Like a fighter
guy.
pilot? Like I could be a fighter
Like I
pilot
would
guy?
picture a fighter
Yeah.
pilot guy looking.
So like if I just walked in a bar wearing this, you'd be, hey, fly boy.
Absolutely.
Was that as awkward as it sounded when it came out of my mouth?
Yes.
Fly boy.
Bye.
It's like Dunaway's back.
Yeah.
I would say something. I don't think I would say, hey, fly
Hey,
boy.
fly boy? You're not going to say that?
I would definitely double take.
Fly
Yeah.
boy. Okay.
All right, and
I'm
Kelly,
working
you are a princess of some sort, which is normal for you, but you're dressed up that way now. So what are we
on it.
today?
I'm Elsa.
Elsa from Frozen. I've seen it many times.
Frozen,
As a
yes.
young child, yeah.
Okay. Yes.
Is this your? How
This
did
is
you
my
get
old
this
prom dress.
hair? This
I
is
have
why-
a hair extension in here somewhere, and yeah, I'm Elsa. This is my prom dress from high school.
Which
Wow,
is
congrats
killing
on
me.
you. If you're
That's
wearing your prom dress from high
awesome.
school,
So, yeah,
I could not wear
so-
my prom dress from high school.
And that goes back to when you were saying, "Hey, fly boys."
Hey,
So,
fly boy.
Okay, the bigger story here is that you've had this on since 6:30.
I have had on this one since
AM.
6:30 this morning, and yes, I've taken kids to school. I've gone to
Wow.
I've gone to the orthodontist. I've gone
Right.
to the Apple store. I've gone to the AT&T store,
Yeah.
and I went to work for a little bit.
Wow.
And now I'm here.
Look at you. Look at you.
How has your day been?
Hey, it's been really good. So this is funny. I love the Halloween shows we do, the dress up shows. Everybody has fun. Everybody gets into it. I mean, for 2 straight years, everybody's given a lot of effort. Nobody's just mailed it in.
Yeah.
And this year was no different. Like, I'll give Dunaway massive props.
Oh,
Y'all saw him.
yeah.
dressed as
Did
Ken.
he make that?
He didn't. Well, Taylor Korn,
Yeah.
our social media director, and LT's roommate, Mary Ann, had a big hand in making it. They kind of designed it. And I think Lance was initially going to do it, and he backed out. And Dunaway's like, I'll do it, which I'll give Dunaway immense credit for doing
Yes.
it. Yep. And Lance
Lance is
instead
just a
was Evel
pain in the
Knievel.
butt. Like
You
he's
know
just
he is.
talent.
He's
absolute
he's a
talent.
handful.
Wow.
But
Yeah,
we
okay.
knew this was going to happen. We had talked about this last week. We're like, let's do a poll question. If some big news breaks, like Brian Harson getting fired
Because-
during
yeah.
our show, we deliver it in costume. Do y'all want us to deliver it in costume? Overwhelming, yes.
Absolutely, yeah.
Overwhelming, yes.
Yeah.
What do you think happens today?
Well,
Brian
John
Harson
Cohen
got
got hired as the Auburn AD.
And Brian Harson got fired.
Fired as the Auburn.
Oh, did
Yep.
John fire him?
No,
or-
they fired him before John Cohen had to come in and do the firing.
Is today really his birthday?
Who, Harson?
Yeah.
They said today is Saban's birthday.
Yeah.
He's born on Halloween, but they said tomorrow is. I don't know if that's
Okay.
just people joking
I don't
about
know.
him getting the check in the mail tomorrow.
Oh,
Well, it's
So-
50%
oh, wow.
due.
That would be a nice. I mean, I'll take it.
So here we are, major story, right?
and y'all have to do it.
Yeah, I'm dressed as Maverick. Lance is dressed as Evil Knievel, and Dunaway's in a Ken box. I mean, it's
I know.
incredible. And then we start thinking about, like, we see our numbers spike, right? And we're like, you know, people from around the country are like, oh, Brian Harrison got fired. Let's see what Alabama's. Oh, my gosh, what are they doing?
Well, if they watch regularly, then
Well, yeah. Well, no, I
Tune
mean,
in tomorrow to see what we dress like tomorrow.
That's
Yeah.
right. That's, you never know.
You think Monday's strong?
Yeah, I mean, if they
Till
watch,
Tuesday.
anybody that watches the show knows, right? They know
Oh,
if they
yeah.
watch the show. But
It's just random people.
yeah, random
like
people
me.
tuning in, like, oh, I'm in Oregon. Let's see what they're saying about this in Birmingham. You know, what are these idiots doing?
Google. Oh.
Mhm. Yeah. All right. Our show is presented by Next Round Cocktails, a line of crowd-pleasing cocktails made with real fruit juice, premium wines, stylish packaging. The ladies here are enjoying the salted lime margarita. Very, very good.
We like a good package.
They've also got the strawberry lime rosé sangria. 11% ABV, a modern take on sangria, real strawberry and lime juice. You create a light, refreshing cocktail. Also, our friends at Blakelee's Bouquets. If y'all haven't seen it, the people from Blakelee's went through the haunted house with Dunaway.
I did see
It's-
that.
It's pretty
Funny.
incredible.
It's
Y'all got
pretty
to go see
I
that.
don't like scary stuff.
Well, this is Dunaway getting scared and screaming like a little girl,
Which
so you'll
is
love that. Yeah.
Really great.
They craft traditional and contemporary bouquets, plenty of room for customization and uniqueness. Serving all of Birmingham area and beyond. Blakelee's Bouquets, Blakelee'sBouquets.com. They're awesome people right there in Homewood. Blakelee'sBouquets.com.
I do hope that we're getting a nice shot of how I've ripped.
Oh,
of the,
no.
like,
Oh, wow.
Over
I
here.
just thought it was supposed to be open.
no, like, because I've worn this for like the past
Yeah.
couple of years, so it's like I put my backpack on,
Right.
and so I think y'all are getting a nice
Well,
look
that's interesting.
It's
okay, I'm
breathable.
sorry.
Breathable dress.
Breathable, absolutely.
Breathable.
breathable. All right.
Yes.
Well, we're going to do an Ask Us Anything. So you can fire off in the comment section there, and we'll get to questions in the comment section. If you're watching us on YouTube, make sure you give us a thumbs up and you've subscribed and you set your alerts. If you're watching us on Twitter, fire off a retweet on this, just like the ladies have done and I have done.
Keep writing this down.
Give us a thumbs up there. And if you're watching us on Facebook, make sure you've shared it on Facebook, like us there, Twitch as well. All right. There you go. All right. First question. Now, hang on. I'm going to have to.
You're
okay.
gonna,
Would
do
you
need
like
my
No, I'm
Barney
good.
glasses?
No, I
glasses?
just my sunglasses.
We
All right.
got you covered.
So Michael on YouTube says, "Hey Brittany, have you ever had an interaction with Nick Saban during recruiting visits? Have you discussed this before?"
I have not. I mean, yes, I kind of have. Yes, I've had several interactions with Saban during recruiting. We sent a lot of D linemen to Alabama during my time,
Right.
and usually the assistant coach, it was usually the D line coach or whoever was recruiting junior college in Mississippi or that area would come in and do most of the recruiting, and then Saban was kind of the closer.
Right.
Yeah.
So he would come in, he would come to campus, he would drive, and well, he wouldn't drive.
Cedric would drive him.
His guy
Was
would
it
drive.
Cedric? Yeah,
Yes.
Cedric's a great guy.
Lots- awesome dude.
Yeah, he has been.
Love that he still carries the Gatorade
That's right.
behind him.
So people have seen Cedric behind Nick Saban on the sidelines
Yes.
for years, and Cedric goes back at least to Gene Stallings, if not before. Has
Really?
been part of that program.
Yeah.
Great guy too.
Well, he would drive Saban
Yep.
in the black. It was a black Mercedes to Scuba, and yeah, he would come in and close the deal, and I would, get notified that he was coming to campus. It was kind of like getting notified that God was, Jesus was coming
It's the
down
return.
from
Yeah.
heaven. So everyone would be like, "Oh God, tomorrow at this time, the man is coming on campus," and he's all business. All
But it's funny
business.
because like again, this is in the movie The Blind Side, where
Yeah.
Sandra Bullock's character is like, I find him. I was like, really? Like, I don't know. I guess he can be charming, and because
I think he's a different guy in recruiting than he is like normally portrayed to the media or in front of cameras and all. I think
Because-
he's got to be. To recruit the way he's recruited, he's got to have an
he's
incredible.
got to be, because when you watch him
And you've seen it.
on
So
a sideline interview,
Yeah.
it's like so stiff. And granted, he's at work and they're interviewing him,
Right.
but he does not come off as someone who is charming
He's
and
not-
likable.
He's not, you don't hate him, but he was all business. Like
Right.
a lot of the coaches would come in and,
He's at work.
they would spend 10 minutes like, "Oh, how's Kennedy?" Now, somebody probably was whispering in their ear, like her daughter's name is Kennedy.
yeah, you want to win some points with her
You
asking about her
wouldn't
daughter.
know,
Yeah.
like if they really knew.
Right.
But he would just kind of be like, "All right, and then how, Jaron Reed, what's it
Yeah.
looking like?" Like he
He
there was
got
that,
down to it.
"Hey,
Yeah.
how are you?" Shake your hand, smile, and then bam,
Yeah.
hit you with the questions. Wasn't much of a small talker type
Time is money.
guy.
I
Like,
got it.
yeah. but I always, wanted to make sure I had my ducks in a row. Now, one thing he would do, and I actually have it framed in my office still to this day.
Right.
One of them, I have several from him, but he would, the day after he visited with you,
Thank you note.
handwritten thank you note.
Oh, that's nice.
And mail it. And
Yeah.
so I got one of the thank you notes that he wrote me when he was recruiting Jaron Reed and then bringing back DJ Petway to Alabama after he had been kicked off. And so it's Saban's letter, Saban signed it, and I have Jaron's signature and DJ's signature
cool.
on it as well. And I have it framed in my office.
That's really cool.
Do you ever think that sometimes they have somebody write those? And
Probably.
Then he
Yeah, I mean, supposedly, like, I heard,
XO Nick.
yeah, I heard for years, like, if you got anything that was autographed by Bear Bryant back in the day, you got an autograph from his secretary, not him.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Like, unless you saw him sign it.
Yeah.
Yeah. It would be a personalized letter. Like he would definitely put in like a sentence or two about
Dearest Brittany.
something like
Loved the red blouse.
that.
Excellent,
Yeah,
excellent,
it would be something
XO heart.
personalized.
There's a little heart over the eye and
yeah.
Nick. But yeah.
I did his coach's show one time, though. And,
Yeah, I remember.
I've done it a couple
You
times.
still have that glow.
But he signs every break. Like, they give him a stack of photos, and he sits there and signs them
That's what
during
I've
the
heard
break.
about Cedric is he is so
Yep,
efficient at
yep.
like bringing over just the right amount each time.
Yeah,
to
and
have
one
him.
time I said something to him like, "Man, I bet you've done that a million times." And he said, "Yeah, you'd be surprised." He goes, "But it's only an issue when they quit asking you for it." So I thought that was pretty
Agreed.
cool. Yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah.
That is cool. The funny thing that Cedric about the trip is it's scuba, right? So and they drove up to the football complex. There's several doors going into our football complex at scuba, but he drove up to the complex literally as close to the door as you could possibly pull a car up to. So he literally had to take like one step on the concrete and then the second step would be on the carpet.
Yeah.
And Cedric, I had to leave. I went in the building and it was going to be like 30 minutes before I was going to meet with Saban. And so I left and like ran to my office, got something, came back. When I walked out of the building, Cedric was sitting like this. And when I came back in the building, Cedric was sitting like this.
Ready to go.
And I like tapped on the window and was like, he's going to be a minute.
Yeah.
You can turn the car off.
Yeah.
Like, relax. Would you like to come inside? He's like, nope, I'm good. Like,
That's hilarious.
I mean, it was like, wow. Okay.
That is hilarious.
Yeah.
You mentioned scuba. My wife, when we watched Last Chance U, she got the biggest laugh out of Brittany one time. It was like, they asked her about her wardrobe or something, and she was like, I'm in Scuba, Mississippi. This is all from TJ Maxx. So like,
Absolutely. Everything came from TJ Maxx.
my wife got the biggest laugh out of that. She's like, I love TJ Maxx.
Yeah, everything was TJ Maxx.
Yeah.
I maxed my credit cards out at TJ
That
Maxx when
is
I was
hysterical.
filming that show.
Yeah. You worked in sports for a long time. Was there somebody that was kind of like a big deal that you interviewed and you were like, it's not that big a deal? I mean, I know you didn't get intimidated by anyone, but I'm just saying like someone that's got that persona of, oh my gosh, you interviewed so-and-so.
Well, I do remember specifically, this was when Auburn was between between football coaches.
They've been there
a time or two.
Yeah, it's happened in our state on both sides.
And it was right before the Iron Bowl, and neither Radin nor Spiegel wanted to go interview Bill Oliver. So they sent me down there to talk to Brother Oliver because everybody, you never knew which one you were going to get with him, and he would go off on people. And you have to figure out, I always say I had to figure out within the first 30 seconds what a coach wanted to talk about. And I think for him, his daughter's name was Kelly. And so he's like,
there was a connection. Yeah.
Kelly. And so immediately he softened up and he was much nicer to me than he probably would have been.
Yeah.
But
that's pretty cool.
No, I think it depends. Everybody, I think, and also you can catch them on a good day or a bad day. And it doesn't matter how nice of a guy they are or what a
No, there's no doubt. Everybody has crap days.
Yeah.
Right? Did you like TJ Maxx? Are you good with TJ Maxx?
TJ Maxx, I can't do. It's too much.
There is a lot going on in there. I don't disagree. I'm going in with my wife. Yeah.
I need 4 small racks, and then that's good.
Yeah.
TJ Maxx. I'm not a bargain hunter. I can't.
I don't
not bargain
love
hunter.
TJ Maxx in Birmingham. I loved it in Meridian. They were really good, TJ Maxx in Meridian. In Birmingham, and I'm a Nordstrom racker.
Oh yeah.
I like the
I like that
rack,
one too. But they've cut back on their men's line. Have you noticed how small their men's department keeps getting?
Well, they're moving.
Oh, I did see
Did
that.
you
Yeah.
know? They're
I did see
moving
that.
to the summit.
I
Yeah.
know.
Yeah.
Wow. How about
So
that?
maybe that's why.
All right. It is
How about
the next.
you?
How
What
about me?
about you?
Who have I interviewed that's a
An
big deal?
intimidating person.
So intimidating. See, I'm not really intimidated by Saban. I mean, the first time we met him, Dunaway and I, this was back right after he got the job in 2007, and they invited us over. Dunaway and I were doing a show at that time, and Lance was separate from us. And they invited us over, like Saban was having over just some members of the media to meet them and do an interview. And it was like 30 minutes on the record, 30 minutes off the record. And we went over and said, this is a funny story, actually. So right off of his office at the time, it's totally been redone now, but right off his office was the main conference room. So it's like his office, conference room, lobby, and all that. So we walk in, and we've known his secretary for a long time, Linda. So we spoke to her, and then we walk in, and Terry Saban is at his desk, and she's got crap spread everywhere, like she's building her house at his desk, right? So we're sitting in his office and talking to her, and she's very, very pleasant. He walks in, and I'd never met the guy, right? I mean, I'm a Dolphins fan, so this is my coach, actually. This is my coach that was standing there. I remembered him from LSU. I'd interviewed him at LSU, come to think of it, but I never really met him in person that much. And he walks in, and he looks at us, and he looks at her, and he goes, "Am I ever going to get my desk back?" I mean, just so deadpan and like that. And she's like, "Oh, shut up!" And she just starts laying into him, and he looks at us, and goes, "I guess we'll go in here." And so we go in and sit down in the conference room, and he's like, "She's just building her house." I mean, it just keeps going.
Did,
and
did he have a big old?
He did not have a lipper in.
I didn't know.
And so on the board was like their recruiting board, right?
Oh, yeah.
It's got all their players on it.
And then did it have fabric samples?
No. This was all football in this room. And then there was a depth chart. So we don't follow recruiting. Like I could have read 10 of those names and don't know any of those guys, right? So we sit down at the conference table, and he goes, "Just one second." And he gets up and he walks over to the wall, and he flips a switch, and a projection screen comes down over the recruiting room. And it's like a scene from The Office where it's just quiet except for and those things take forever to come down, right?
You're all just sitting there like.
No, then you like want to read it because you're like, oh,
what was that
something
there?
is there that I shouldn't see.
He comes back and sits down, and I said, "I'm trying to break the ice, right?" And I said, "Coach, neither one of us are smart enough to even know what was on that board. You didn't have to cover it up." He goes, "Oh, I wasn't trying to hide it from you. I just didn't want the projector buzzing." I was like, "That doesn't even make sense. You were totally hiding it from us. You didn't have to. They were idiots, right?"
As every
I know.
coach does.
So, that was actually pretty funny.
Okay. Have you heard the blurb where Terry said, it was an interview, I saw it, but they were talking about like asking Saban if he ever dreamed that this would be his life, like growing up in West Virginia, the son of a car salesman or whatever. Like, did you dream this? Was this your dream? And he answered the question, but then he looked at Terry and he said, I mean, I don't know, like in your wildest dreams, did you ever think that we would be doing this, you and me? And looked at her, and she looks dead at the camera and goes, "Honey, you are not in my wildest dreams."
So good. I mean, she busts his balls more than anybody. It is so funny.
So
like,
great.
I mean, the guy's the most powerful man in our state and in college sports, really. And I mean, she gives him no.
She's the only one that can.
She really is. Yeah.
I mean, what was that story years ago about? Oh gosh, Tennessee had lost to Florida yet again, and they were driving home in the car, and she's like, she's telling about the kids or something, and he's totally not paying attention. She like jerks the car. She's like, "I'm the only friend you've got in this state right now. You better listen to me." And I was like, but I think with coaches' wives, they are the only one who hold any authority or power over their husbands. I'm sorry. Go ahead, please continue.
No, that's quite all right. Did I answer the question you asked?
Yes, you did.
Okay,
very, very well. Thank you.
It is the Next Round Cocktail Hour presented by Next Round Cocktails, a line of crowd-pleasing cocktails made with real fruit and juice. Premium wine, stylishly packaged in convenient formats just like this to simplify the pour. Premium quality cocktails using natural ingredients ready to drink. You can get the salted lime margarita, the strawberry lime, rosé sangria as well. They're all 11% ABV. And our friends at Blakelee's Bouquets, wedding flowers, funeral flowers, I love you flowers, any same-day flower delivery in Birmingham at Blakelee's Bouquets, blakeleysbouquets.com. Let's see here.
Have you ever given I love you flowers?
I'm just thinking
my wife.
Anyone?
Like
just for the hell of it?
I just think like Brian Harson flowers, like with this check clipped in it, like, tomorrow, happy birthday.
Poor guy.
I love you.
I kind of feel sorry
million.
for him. Am I the only person that feels sorry for him?
For who, Brian Harson?
Yeah.
You know how much he's going to get, right?
Yeah. Oh, no.
No.
Somewhere in the neighborhood of 16 million.
I thought 18.
50% due in 30 days. The other 50% due,
Seriously?
It's going to be a kick-ass Christmas.
Does he have to pay taxes in the state of Alabama?
Yeah, I mean, he's got to pay taxes on it, but as they always say, the IRS going to take half of it.
IRS going to take half of it.
They're going to take half of it.
I still feel sorry for him in some
Well, I
way.
mean, you don't want to see anybody lose their job.
For coaches that lose their job, especially in the middle of the year. I just think that's wrong.
I feel bad for the kids, especially like seniors and those guys, where it's like this is the end of their career for the most part.
If you're watching us on YouTube, give us a thumbs up. Make sure you subscribe and set alerts. Retweet us on Twitter. And fire us a question here in the chat room. Let's see. Kevin says, you guys are in good company regarding technology. All thumbs here as y'all were trying to tweet. What is the one piece of technology that you couldn't live without? Give me one piece other than a phone. Like you almost had to live without your phone, didn't it? Crap
I
out
did.
today?
Yeah, my dad. It phone.
Yeah.
That's where I've been at the AT&T store. I would say my phone.
Dress like
And I
that.
told the guy.
Yeah, you dress like this at the AT&T
I
store.
did.
That's
yes.
awesome.
And at the Apple store, and like, but I had to go to the Apple store
Tell
first, and then the AT&T
Tell me you
store.
put your name on the waiting list. Do what? Elsa?
Elsa?
Is Elsa?
Well, you know that they have to like write down a description because
Yeah.
like you walk into the Apple store,
They're like,
they were like the lady in the evening dress.
yes,
Lady-
hilarious.
The lady going to prom.
Yeah. Probably my phone because I told the guy, I'm like, this is the mothership. I have 4 children. Like I manage our entire lives
Right.
on this thing. So this is probably the one thing.
Yeah.
But one thing
Other
I
than
never
a
did
phone.
learn to use I never learned to use a fax machine.
Well, I mean, that died though.
But you'd be
Lance is
surprised.
the only person.
Yeah.
Like Lance, we don't have a fax machine up here, but until we left radio, Lance used the fax machine to the final day.
Yeah.
He's the only
I
other.
still can't like
I don't know how to do it.
cognitively figure out how a fax machine works.
I know.
It still blows my mind.
Right.
I can like think about a phone working better than I can think about a fax machine. Like it blows my mind,
I
a
know.
fax machine. Like
That's
how
interesting.
that works.
Yeah.
I don't know. Are you an
I don't
iPad
know.
guy? Or are you
I'm an what?
Anyway.
iPad? Because I know some guys that like their iPad. That is the
No, I like my iPad. I'm iPad. See, like my iPad, I've got the one with the keyboard. This is the company
Yeah.
iPad, but I got the
Yeah.
keyboard on it, and so I use that instead of a computer. I've just gotten used to that keyboard now, and if I
Yeah.
type on a normal keyboard, it doesn't feel right.
Yeah.
Like the iPad keyboard's
Yeah.
one, like when I type anything.
no, I just,
Yeah, fax machine was never a big thing for me. I hated the sound of it either.
yeah.
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 Or if
but-
you accidentally called the fax machine
Mhm.
number, and all of a sudden it's like,
Oh,
no.
I will say though, speaking of that, I don't know if you guys like this is a separate topic. We'll come back to the technology, but when you go in a store and they ask you for your phone number, like at the register, can I get your phone number, please?
Yeah.
I used to always give the fax machine number at
You little minx.
at
Listen to
Jocks. I
you.
would give this fax. I'm not going to give them the number out here because I don't want anybody to steal it. But there was a fax machine number, and I'm like, well, first of all, if they call, it's going to give them that horrible sound.
Yeah.
And secondly, nobody calls that number. And like nobody's trying to use the fax machine. So
Yeah.
it's not going to tie up a number. So yeah, that's the number I give them. I'm not giving my cell phone number. I don't want a bunch of
But
texts.
now you have to because it's a rewards system.
Well, yeah, I mean, you know, if
Or
if
if
it's
you want to
that.
get a table for dinner,
Yeah.
like, you know, that's who's ever
Right.
texting. It's the
Right.
fax
So
machine.
I would give my
Jocks,
fax
so
machine number away.
I do like that. That's
Yeah.
good.
Well, if it's something I need, I'll give my actual
Okay.
number. So a piece of technology other than your phone.
That I
Other
can't
than
live
your phone.
without.
Other than your phone, yeah.
Like
Think about other than your phone.
today.
Yeah.
I mean, probably like my streaming. Like, I mean, I guess I could.
Do you
live
watch a lot
without
of
it,
streaming
but,
at
like,
home?
Just that's how I mean, sports. Like
Mhm.
that's how.
See, we
you-
still have cable and like
I
whatever.
well, I do have cable, but like now, I mean, it's getting to the point where you can't even. I mean, on Thursday nights, cable ain't helping me out.
That's right. You got to watch NFL games.
I watch that on my little
You gotta watch it on
my
the
Alexa
computer.
thing while I'm like washing dishes. You can watch it on your little Alexa thing if you have
Right.
a video Alexa in your
Yeah.
kitchen. That's where I
fancy.
watch
I
it.
don't
That
have a
is
video
fancy.
Alexa.
Yeah.
It was like one of their
What?
flash sales. It was like $24.
Yeah, probably a good Christmas.
I know.
gift
What
too,
about
right?
you? Is there anything that you can't live? That you can't think of?
I tell you what. Now this is with phone related,
Okay.
but my wife got me hooked on Waze.
Oh,
Like,
no doubt.
That's a piece
No
of
doubt.
technology. Anytime I go anywhere, like even in the morning,
I know.
like I'm pretty locked in. I mean, y'all know where I live, so I'm pretty locked into how I can
Yeah.
come here. There are not many options, and if I have to use one of the options, something has gone.
Well, like 280 was
horribly
shut
wrong
down.
with it. Yeah, my
I was
wife
coming.
texted me
Yeah,
that, yeah.
280 was shut down. I was coming the
So
opposite way.
sometimes I'll at least pull it up on Waze and just see what
Uh-huh.
I've got in front of me. Like I may
Oh.
not use it turn for turn, but I'll see what it says is going to take me time wise to get here.
But you know,
Oh,
it's
I
funny.
use it for everywhere.
I
Yeah.
do too. But and that's one thing. And you've taught, like you're getting ready to teach a teenager how to drive.
Right.
I'm
Oh,
in
I've
the
taught one,
process.
yeah.
But they have to listen to wait. We never had to learn to do that as we were 15 years old driving. Like they have to listen to the GPS, tell them different
Yeah.
ways, and they're like, "What? The second lane?" I'm like,
I know.
just, "It tells you get
It
in the
tells you where to
second lane.
go.
Just get in the
Yeah,
second."
my wife like swore by it, and it took me a long time to get on because I would just use the Google
Oh,
Maps. All I
I
need is
know.
turn by turn, but she's like, nope,
This
this
updates
yep.
you and
Not
just
the same.
I
And
know.
it tells you this police.
Oh, I know. It's wild, isn't it? Except I was using it. We were going to Indianapolis for the national championship game last year, and there had been that
Was that
freeze.
the ill-fated trip?
It was a pretty bad trip.
Okay, yeah.
There was a freeze, so we're driving, and like every half mile it was like
Hazardous.
stopped car on the left shoulder,
Uh,
stopped car
yeah.
on the right shoulder, and I finally had to turn it off.
Will y'all listen to her? See, I have her
Well,
muted.
most of the
all
time I do, but in that case, I didn't want to miss like
Yeah.
I'd heard that there were
Yeah.
bad backups, so I was trying to avoid that.
Yeah.
So I had to keep the
No, I
I
have
volume.
have
it
it on
turned up.
my screen
Yeah.
in my car.
I don't have a
and
fancy-
then
On the Apple, the
the
CarPlay.
CarPlay. And
Yeah.
so
I
I
don't.
just glance over and I can.
We were in an RV. It didn't have CarPlay.
I don't want her talking to me.
I don't have that. I just have the Terminator talking.
But you know
I
you
like you
can-
can choose the voice.
Yeah, mine's an Australian guy because I picture that he's
Really?
really hot in my mind. Yours is a Terminator.
Hello, mate. Turn
Hello,
that.
mate.
Well, 'cause every
I
time-
love too.
Yeah.
And I'm like, yes, sir. Woo!
Where are you?
I love
Where
these.
are you taking me to
I'm
wherever
not
you
supposed
are?
We've worked in radio and TV far longer than she's been in it. There is a chance that guy is 600 pounds
Oh, yeah.
and smells like low tide.
Yeah.
There's a large chance.
And
no pun
probably doesn't
intended.
even have an Australia. He's not even from Australia.
That's true. It's a fake accent. I love how he's from Australia, so you think he's hot. That's
Yeah.
like. Have you ever met a non-hot Australian?
No.
Okay, well there you go.
They
Then you've
don't
got
let the cute
experience.
ones off the island. Okay.
I
Like,
mean,
So
yeah.
you're a Weezer too?
oh yeah, like
Yeah.
but I'm like you, where I know, and it's just, I'm like, even to go pick my daughter up from the high school, it depends on the time of day. It'll take me 2 different routes. So I'm
Yeah.
always like, if I've got to go at this time, I'll pop it in
Yeah.
to see what's the quickest
Yeah.
way to the high school to get
Oh,
her.
yeah. I was in Knoxville this weekend. I went to Knoxville this weekend because my niece was cheering in her senior night football game or
Right,
whatever, which
right.
they ended up winning. So now it wasn't senior night because now
Oh, yeah, now they got to go to the home
playoffs,
game,
but
yeah.
it was supposed to be
Never know
senior
when it's
night.
going to end.
Right. And so I was going to Knoxville. Well, that thing, I guess because all the game day traffic, everybody going to Knoxville,
Right.
that thing diverted me. I was on back roads the entire
No,
You
trip.
never could
It's
have found your way
crazy.
back. I know.
But it's really crazy, like how you find. I mean,
Yeah.
like it's right.
Do you
Oh,
put in
that's
stuff?
cool.
Are you a driver who's like hazard,
Yeah, I'd
Yeah.
do it if I can help.
police?
No,
Yeah.
My kids get so excited about like if we get to pump something in.
really?
I
I don't
We're
understand.
heroes.
I want a reward. Like if I'm going to pump it in, I need something in return. Like if I pump in that there's a police, when I actually get stopped by one, do I get a free pass?
Oh,
Is
that would be nice. Yeah, they
Like,
pay your
I-
ticket for you.
need to get something in return for
0
ways for helping them.
I know.
It's the next round cocktail hour. She's Brittany Wagner,
Yeah.
dressed as a pencil. She's Kelly Hunter, dressed as Elsa. I'm Ryan Brown, dressed as Maverick. If you're watching,
Like they had to guess.
if you're watching on YouTube, give us a thumbs up and make sure you've subscribed and share. Retweet us on Twitter. Give us a thumbs up there. Set your alerts. Follow us on social media at Next Round Live. Next Round Cocktails, crowd-pleasing cocktail made with real fruit juice, strawberry lime, rose sangria, and also salted lime margarita like we got right here. DrinkNextRound.com, DrinkNextRound.com, and Blakelee's Bouquets, everyday arrangements, same-day flower delivery in Birmingham. Baby gifts, I love you gifts, anniversary gifts. I didn't answer your question. I'll come back to that. Wedding flowers, sympathy, funeral flowers in Birmingham. It's right there in Homewood. They'll deliver in Birmingham and the surrounding area. Blakelee's Bouquets, Blakelee'sBouquets.com.
How did they get in so tight? What did Jimmy and Blakely's do to
I don't
become
know.
so chummy with
She,
each other? I mean, of course, 'cause
Shelby-
Jim's darling.
yeah,
How can you
Shelby
not
is.
love
Oh,
her?
she's a terrific person, but she busted on Jim early on. We went and did a video shoot there, and she busted on him, and I think they kind of went back and forth and developed a friendship. And I love her because
He's
she'll
easy
bust
to
on
bust
Dunaway.
on.
He is easy to bust on, and she's not at all intimidated.
How
She'll
did
bust
you
on
and
him.
Jim meet?
Dunaway and
A
I.
dating app or just?
Yeah, it was a grinder.
Grindr.
No, because y'all started doing the show the
It's
same
sad
time.
that we both do that, right? Yeah.
So Lance and I were doing the show, and so y'all were doing a show. So, I didn't know how
So,
y'all
what year were you on with Herb and Ray? Was it about that time? Do you remember?
Well, because when I first started, you were producing Herb because you and I
Yeah.
have Herb in common,
Yes, we did.
and then you got out from behind the glass.
Yeah. So Dunaway and I, we just got to know each other. He came on Rick and Bubba. So when I first started at Jocks, Rick and Bubba were still right next door to us in a studio right next to us. That's how long ago
I know.
this was.
I told my kid I still don't know when it is Rick or Bubba.
Well, that's actually pretty easy to tell them
I
apart.
don't know.
And then you were next door with Tuttle and Klein.
Mhm.
Yeah, I remember that. So you were next door with Tuttle and Klein. So anyway, Dunaway would come up there some to do sports in his shorts, and that was the thing. And we got to know each other there. And then we were in Greenville, South Carolina with Alabama basketball. I want to say it's like 2002 for the NCAA tournament, and he needed a lift at the airport. I gave him a lift to the airport, so we got to know each other there. And then Alabama, believe this or not, there was a coaching search in our state.
No.
Yeah, I know, it's crazy, right? And
That's it.
he would call me during Herb's show and be like, "Hey, have you heard anything?" I'm like, "No, we were just trading information." And then before you knew it, we'd been talking for like 20 minutes, and we would joke like, "Hey, this would be a good radio segment."
Mhm.
So it's really a cool story, and I don't want to eat up all our time here, but it is a cool story. So Eli Gold was doing a show, and our boss, a guy named Kerry Lambert, who you know, Kerry.
Oh, he loved me.
I don't know that he loved me that much.
He did not love me.
He does now. I've since seen him, and he loves our show.
doesn't
But at
love
the
me.
time, I don't think Kerry liked me very much.
Kerry, I don't think Kerry likes him.
But anyway,
But it could
he
be.
told me, he was like, "All right, we're not going to re-sign Eli. It's your show. Who do you want to do it with? And I said, well, I think Jim Dunaway and I'd have a great deal of chemistry. And he's like, okay, let's see. So he reaches out to Dunaway. Dunaway goes to his boss at 13. He was at NBC 13 at the time. And his boss was like, no, we don't want you doing radio. So Dunaway was like, oh, they said no. I said, well, let's give it a minute and circle back around. Let's think of a way to sell it on.
Spice up the deal.
Yeah. So we thought of a way to sell it on him. Goes, boss, no, not going to happen. So we're like a week before the show's going to start. So then they're like, well, why don't you do it with Kelly? Do you remember that part of it? And you and I were going to do a show together. And then,
I did not know that.
Oh, yes. It's an incestuous family.
It really is. Yeah. We've known each other for a long time.
I'm the only non-family member.
You're right.
You were still a young
not
pup.
incestual.
Yeah. Well, we'll have you in the cold.
Don't worry.
Yeah. There's a way you get in the cold. So anyway, Dunaway, like the Friday before, we're starting that show on Monday, and the Friday before, NBC owned Channel 13 at the time, and they sent out a memo to all of their TV affiliates and was like, we have a sports anchor in Philadelphia that is hosting a show on the local sports talk radio station, and it's had huge success with it. And we think this is a great idea for all of our TV stations to do this, to let your sports anchors host on the local sports talk station. So then all of a sudden his boss comes and goes, hey, you know that idea you had about, we're on board with it now. So literally the Friday before he calls me. So then I got to break up with Kelly.
Kelly, you're out.
Yeah.
All right.
I feel bad about. I mean, we had planned it out. Kelly and I planned it out.
It's okay.
So that's how we got together. So then we did a show together for quite a while, and they put us and Lance. I think Dunaway and I did a show 6 or 7 years together before we joined with Lance in 2010. It's a really cool story to see.
I left and got knocked up, and that led to a series of partners with Lance. Shockingly.
Yeah. No, Lance could not keep a partner, like a on-air partner.
I know.
Really?
Oh gosh, yes. Until me and Dunaway, Lance burned through them. He was. This is a.
It was nothing personal. I just got pregnant and I couldn't come to work anymore.
Yeah.
Without them, they told me I couldn't bring the baby. And
who among us doesn't have that story, right?
So yeah.
So Lance, this is a really dated reference, but for years he was the Liz Taylor of radio because Liz Taylor's been married 9 times or something stupid like that.
Yeah. I know. So there you go. I did not mean to ask that, but that was.
No. It's a fine question. I love talking about it because it just depends on like some would call it luck, some would call it I'm a believer, so I call it God's providence. He was just looking out for me. Not that I didn't want to work with Kelly. I love Kelly dearly, but
God spared you.
Yeah, God spared me on that one. All right. Bob Sacramento says, how many pairs of shoes do you own?
Ooh.
He's talking to you, I think.
I could probably count mine.
Okay.
Hang on, let me go. I've got a shoe rack. I'm going to go through the shoe rack. 4. This may be more than you think. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I'm probably 10 or 12 pair.
Nice.
So I've got 4 pair of sneakers.
Yeah.
Unless you count like my running pair, which are always downstairs, just in my room that I would wear daily.
You got
you never know when you have to run out the door.
You never know when you gotta
go.
I got 4 pair of sneakers, and then I got a pair of boots, 2 pair of boots, black dress shoes, brown dress shoes, casual black dress shoes, casual brown dress shoes. So that's 10, I think.
Oh.
What's wrong with that? Hey, whoa.
I have significantly more than 10.
Well, I am a dude.
Okay, good.
I don't need that many shoes.
I was going to say, I'm probably somewhere in between.
I've seen my wife's side of the closet. It's insane.
I probably have
Well, you have a normal size foot.
over 100 pairs.
Yeah, no, I'm not that
Who has
bad.
a normal size? Oh, y'all have a normal size?
No, I've got, like people always joke when I'll have on like a flashy pair of shoes. I'm like, well, when you see these in a size 11, you grab them because there aren't that many size 11s rolling around out there. So no, like I will buy like fun shoes because fun shoes don't.
No, but I'm with you because I am a 13 wide and try finding a 13 wide.
So when you see a 13 wide on the rack.
They do. I bought a pair there.
And that's where I go to get my daughter's my shoes and my daughter's shoes.
But it can be hard to find those. A lot of them you have to. A lot of times I have a 13, but not a
Speaking
wide.
of which, tell them your little kick story.
Oh, these awesome shoes.
I commented on these as we were walking in today. I was like, I'd like
fun shoes just showed up at my house.
She didn't buy them.
I don't know.
Sure, right size.
Somebody
Whoa.
She had a secret Santa that showed up.
I don't know.
So somebody knew your foot size.
And her address.
And your address.
I suppose.
Well, it's the right size and it came to your house, right? So they knew your shoe size and your address and they sent you those shoes.
Mm-hmm.
It's
I have no idea who.
It's both nice,
flattering, and a little bit discerning.
Scary.
So
I don't know, but thank you because I love them. And so if you would like to continue sending them to me, do so.
Yeah.
Much
amazing. I love them. I got them and I was like, oh my God, I love these.
Have you ever bought from the New Balance store on 280? Because they keep your size on file. So it could have been.
Do?
Yeah.
I've never bought these.
Okay.
No, these literally just showed up. Like I didn't pay for them. I've never searched for New Balance shoes on anything. Like they were just on my doorstep. And I thought it was a mistake. And like packages get delivered to the wrong house in my neighborhood all the time because the addresses are kind of very similar.
Okay.
And so I went to my Facebook neighborhood page and I was like, hey, did anybody order, and I like posted or whatever on like our little thingamajigger and nobody claimed them. And so I'm like, okay, I'm going to assume that they were for me.
If they're your actual size, I think they're 100% for you. That's pretty wild. I've never heard of anything like that.
Thank you though. Whoever.
Yeah. I was going to say that doesn't happen at our house.
No.
I love them.
Yeah.
They're really fun and cute and comfortable.
Usually we'll have 6 pairs of those show up. My kid's like, oh, I hit 6 by accident instead of 1.
So
now I have
do
101
you want someone to reach out and let you know, hey, I sent you those? Or would you prefer it to remain? How do they need to reach out? Do you want to send me the email?
Yes.
Brown@nextroundlive.com.
If you bought me these shoes, email Ryan Brown.
Brown@nextroundlive.com or hit us up on Twitter.
If you would like to buy me other pairs of shoes,
right?
Email Brown.
Yes. All of a sudden, I'm like,
if you would like to send me,
shoes, I'm not getting paid anything.
No, but
if you would like to send me money,
like some sort of like laundering service
flowers,
here for her.
I don't know anything.
No, I
Email
love
Ryan.
you flowers. Here's the thing about I love you
flowers. Like just flowers for no reason.
Yeah. And we are live, by the way. You know this if you're watching that we're live. You can hit us up in the comment section. We've got just a few minutes to go, and we have not gotten to a lot of your comments because we've gotten sidetracked. But I hope you've enjoyed the conversation.
Yeah.
I love you. See, my wife likes flowers. She loves Gerber daisies, so I at least know her favorite flower.
Okay.
I don't send her a lot of flowers, and it would probably be nice just to occasionally surprise her with some.
You don't
but we've been married 22 years now, so at that point it's going to be like, okay, what are you buttering me up for? Or what did you, I mean, I would hope she wouldn't react that way, but I wouldn't blame her because I never sent her flowers.
Yeah, but you can turn over a new leaf.
I could, I could start sending her from Blakelee's Bouquets.
I love flowers.
Do you? What kind do you like?
She does.
All kinds.
Somebody's got your address now. They send you flowers.
Send me flowers. I love sunflowers. I love any flowers. I just love fresh flowers.
Fresh flower? Are you
I
a
buy
flower
them for
person?
myself.
No, because I have to clean them up after, and they get really gross after.
And I do this like on Valentine's Day. I get my wife a dozen roses, and I get both my daughters. I get a dozen and split them between my 2 daughters.
As you should.
That's a flower every year.
Yeah.
So that's one time where I guarantee you I get flowers, but that might be the only other time I give her flowers. Yeah.
Well, some people don't like them.
Hey, but
do.
Blakelee's Bouquets. Look, dudes.
How could you not like them?
It's easy peasy.
Blakelee'sBouquets.com. Blakelee'sBouquets.com. Bob says, best place to celebrate a 21st birthday in Nashville. Do you have any Nashville experience?
The Bluebird.
Oh, yeah?
The Bluebird Cafe. Isn't that like the place?
I love how you say that. And you're like,
I don't know.
You're
I haven't been to Nashville.
I don't know.
You haven't been to Nashville?
I mean, the Strip. Isn't there a
Broadway is a blast to me.
Oh, you just bar hop.
Now, it is.
It's been a long time since I've been to Nashville.
Oh, it's changed a lot.
So that's why I'm like.
Yeah, it's changed a lot. Broadway is crazy, though, because it's bars on both sides of the bars on both sides of the street, and everybody's got live music. It's just like sound coming from everywhere.
Yeah.
And like you pass Kid Rock's and it's got 4 floors and it's open air and there's a live band on every floor, or 5 floors.
Wow.
There's a live band
That's
on
more
every
than
floor.
that's.
It's a lot for like I mean, it's just noise.
It's a lot for our age, but a 21-year-old would love it.
Oh gosh, yes. But
Broadway.
And I'm gonna say, I don't know if he's single or not, but Nashville is the home of bachelorette parties. It is one after the other.
Yeah, that I believe.
I spent not a lot of time in Nashville, but I go 3 or 4 times a year.
Go to a lot of bachelorette parties?
I do not, Kelly. I've never actually been to a bachelorette party.
I'm just curious because you're like, it's the home, and I go several times.
Sometimes I go uninvited.
I just show
As
up.
creepy as possible. No. Nashville is home to the bachelorette party. I mean, it is.
I think it's centrally located, so it's easy for people to like get.
Yeah,
to.
I mean, it's an easy place to get to. Broadway's fun, and they've got those like those buses where it's kind of open air, and the party bus. Yeah,
that's
those
fun.
it's just one after another. They do some of those pedal ones, but the other ones it's just one after another.
Huh? I should go to Nashville soon.
As Patrick says, dude, the whole place is a bar on every corner. Just pick a spot and go.
Okay.
That's true. I mean, it is a bar on every corner. There's no doubt. Have you guys ever run, I mentioned running shoes. Have you ever run a marathon, any full marathons?
No, I haven't, but my dad has run like 25 of them.
Are you
My dad is
nice. Good job, buddy Wagner.
Marathon runner growing up. And I guess, he runs the Mercedes. He's run the Mercedes half the past couple years. But he ran Boston for his 25th marathon he ran Boston, and my sister and I went and cheered him on. It was one of the best trips.
I
Yeah,
bet.
it was fun.
I've only run halves. I was on I ran for my son he was at the Bell Center.
Oh yeah.
And so I was a bell runner, and I kind of got on a kick. Half's a good, easy amount to train for and to like be able to keep up and do on a regular basis. A full marathon, that is like a whole laid out commitment that my body is not meant for.
We did the relay.
Yes.
Our show did the relay for the Bell Center.
Yes.
And I ran the 5K, the part that's up by Highland. It's the Mercedes that goes by Rojo.
Yep.
That's the part I ran.
I'm
And
on
That's a good leg.
that was a fun leg.
That's a good leg.
Yeah.
I'm on the board for the Bell Center.
Are you? It's good people. We love the
Bell
Bell
Center.
The
Yes, that's an
connection.
unsolicited
The
plug for the Bell
Yeah.
Center.
I've never, that 5K is the most I've ever done. I've run several 5Ks, but I'm not a marathon guy. I don't like to run that much.
That's too.
I don't- I
I
run because
No
because it's hard for me. That's the only reason I did, because it's like some sadistic thing where I'm like, this is really hard. And I would make myself get up and go run.
I got a couple trails in my neighborhood. Like there's one around the lake in my neighborhood, and there's just a couple of ways I can run that I know are a 5K. Like all I got to do is run it,
Yeah.
and I'll do that sometimes.
I can do that, like the 5K, the 3 miles. Like I kind of enjoy it. That's a mental, like, good mental amount for me.
Yeah.
Anything past that, and I'm like, oh gosh, no.
Yeah.
A lot of people that run the
Need a break.
distances, you can literally see the demons that just circle them as they're running.
Yeah.
Because sorry,
Mhm.
go ahead.
No, we're at 40 minutes. I mean, I don't know how long you guys wanted to go there. But
Okay,
Yeah,
Brian's done.
I'm not
everybody-
shutting down. I'm just saying I know you have things to do.
I know we do. I've got trick or treaters. I have people.
Questions, or are we good?
Huh? I mean,
have we addressed
I have-
everything?
There's some of them we're not going to get to.
I was going to
but,
say
Oh,
because Kate is going to be texting me here any
Thanks
moment,
for
and being
that.
like, we have got to.
So you got a trick or treat.
Oh, we got trick or treating.
Your daughter's too old to trick or treat.
Oh no! I'm hosting a 9th grade Halloween party at my house in a little bit.
She's going to have.
That's
the
going to be
pencil.
great.
Well, is there going to be dancing and?
No.
Will you be wearing
No
the
dancing?
pencil?
I don't know.
Yeah.
She'll probably make me take this off. I'll be
Yeah.
embarrassing to her. No,
You
we're
think
gonna.
my kids were excited
have to
about
go
this
back.
dropping them off at
Oh, I
school
was
today?
Yeah.
Away.
Mom, do not stop. We'll just roll out of the door.
Hey, I need to check you in, so we'll just go. We're okay. No, I can't.
Hit idle speed and we'll just roll to the curb.
I can't go check you in.
We'll just jump out.
Yeah,
It's okay. This is on the
That Jeep
internet.
doesn't have doors,
And as I
right?
tell you kids, once it's on the internet, it's out there forever. So just remember.
Yeah.
If
this will
only
be
you
out
would
there
stand up
forever
and
for you.
sing "Let It Go."
No, you don't want me to sing.
Yeah.
You don't want
Oh,
me to
here's a
sing.
good one though. Kevin says, since you'll be inspecting your kid's candy, what is must-test candy? What candy do you steal from your kid? The candy tax is important. You got to learn your kids right away. Learn them. You got to teach your kids right away. Help them learn right away. They're
Because
going
we're going to conversate this.
Yeah, they're
Yes,
gonna have to pay taxes. So you gotta do that candy tax. 37% is the candy tax. So you take 30 of your kids' candy right off the top. Good lesson early.
Oh yeah.
What do you always steal? I like Smarties.
Tootsie Rolls.
I've never been a big Tootsie Roll
Freaking
guy.
love Tootsie
Do you?
I love
Rolls.
Tootsie Rolls. I like Smarties. And last night I had one son. He's like, I hate Laffy Taffy, and they've already hit like 4 trunk or treats.
Oh.
So there are like, they are loaded down. So I'm like, well, just here, give
So
me
you're a
whatever
Laffy
you
Taffy,
don't
huh?
want. Do you know what he likes?
What?
Almond Joy and Mounds.
Oh, hate them.
He's
Gross.
like, I haven't gotten enough of these yet.
Well, no, because nobody buys that.
They do come in the assorted.
I hate coconut.
I do too.
I do. It's a
That's
texture
an
thing for
acquired.
me.
That's like an acquired.
No, it's not the taste. It's the texture.
Yeah.
I don't like the texture of the
I
coconut.
know. How about you? Okay, so Smarties.
Smarties are just easy to eat. I love Starburst. Love Starburst. Skittles, Starburst, Smarties. But my kids like it.
That's Kennedy's favorite.
Which one? Skittles?
All of that
All
you
that?
just said is her favorite.
A
So I
lot
would
of
never
parents
be
go
able to
peanut
get
butter
that.
chocolate. I'm more like the cheap sugar candy. That I'm
Yeah.
like, oh, this is.
See, Kennedy doesn't like Reese's Pieces,
I
which
don't either.
I'm like, yes, give them
Yeah,
to me.
I don't like Reese's. I'm not a big peanut butter guy. Does Kennedy not like peanut butter?
No. And
Kennedy
I
and
love it.
I like Kennedy.
Yeah.
She and I are.
You and Kennedy are.
I know we are.
So I get the Tootsie Rolls, the Reese's Pieces. She doesn't like caramel, so
Oh.
sometimes I get the Snickers.
That's where we diverge. I love caramel.
I know. I get the good stuff, and she likes the poo
Oh,
candy.
love caramel.
I love.
I like those. Do
cheese.
you like those little caramel squares? Do you like caramel?
Oh
I
yeah.
love
Those little caramel squares, like you
Yeah.
melt to make candied apples or whatever.
Yes,
My
But you know
sister
the-
still laughs. She was making a pie one time that needed those.
Oh.
Sitting there unwrapping them. One
Oh, I
for me,
know,
one in the
I
bucket,
know.
one for
What
me.
for
And
you
the
wanted to
best
buy?
caramel candy, Rolos.
Oh, I love Rolos.
Oh my gosh,
Yeah,
I
Rolos are
love Rolos.
Fantastic. No, they're
They're so good.
fantastic.
Do they make those anymore?
Oh yeah, I've seen them in the store.
Oh, yeah.
I've seen
Oh,
Rolos.
yeah.
Oh, I love some.
Now the bad part about Rolos is when you open one up and the chocolate's got a little white, and you're like, that one's been there a minute.
And then
I
you
don't
look
think
over
we're
and
gonna
you've
eat that.
got like a wad of like small aluminum that you've just continued to put together.
Yeah, that's the way I am with Starburst. Like, I'll get them on a football Saturday, one of those big bags, and I'll be sitting there watching football all day, and I'll look over, and there's like a pile of paper. I'm like, maybe
And
I'll
then you're
have
like-
some Starburst. Yeah.
You're like, my teeth are fuzzy.
Yeah. I think a tooth just fell out, literally.
I'm gonna go brush my teeth. I'll be back.
Do
Okay.
you put the pink and the yellow together because it tastes like lemonade?
I've never done
Strawberry
that.
lemonade?
I've never done that.
Yes, it's just like a yellow and green Skittle. It tastes like Sprite.
Interesting. So a pink and yellow Starburst together.
Listen to you, Bart,
Look at the
like your
pencil.
little barista here.
Yeah, I know. Starburst barista. All right. I'm going to let y'all wrap up the show like you always do.
no.
But first, let me remind everyone
Thank
of
you.
Next Round Cocktails. DrinkNextRound.com. That is DrinkNextRound.com for Next Round Cocktails. Premium quality cocktails using natural ingredients. Try the strawberry lime rosé sangria. Also, like right here, the salted lime margarita. And then don't forget Blakelee's Bouquets. You should send flowers. Don't listen to me. Send flowers to your loved one. Anniversary arrangements, baby gifts, birthday flowers, wedding flowers,
Thanksgiving,
funerals, Thanksgiving flowers, Halloween flowers.
I love you, flowers.
I love you, flowers. Blakelee'sBouquets.com. In Homewood, they serve all of Birmingham, the surrounding area. Blakelee'sBouquets.com. Ladies, thank you for letting me stand in as the
thanks for
guest.
joining us.
Awesome
Appreciate
job.
it.
Thank you.
Yes. Okay.
Thank you.
All right. Cheers. Thanks for joining us. Happy Halloween.
Happy Halloween.